All systems go. Cleared for takeoff. What's up, everyone? Tyler Tamboline here, a.k.a. ToeTagginTambo. We're back for the Round 3 Showdown show. Going a little early like we said we would. We're going to check this out. We have a crazy cut sweat going on right now. It's just intense. Scotty, everyone's sweating Scotty Scheffler. Just put it to the greenside bunker. The Discord's popping off. Says he's got no shot, so he's going to have to click it out, it looks like, and then put it up. But let us know in the chat. There's a lot going on right now. Excited for this one. Hoopster, I'll bring you in. Going to watch Bobby Mack down the stretch. A lot of people are sweating him as well. But what are you sweating, Hoopster? What do you got on the go?
Yeah, I definitely need some Bobby Mack. I mean, cash games and all that. I mean, he's super highly owned, so it might not matter all that much. But I played him a lot in GPPs as well, and he's was solid today. I mean, even, but he definitely needs to stay clean here. 17 and 18, and then Scotty Scheffler is the big one. Very highly owned, one of my higher owned guys, but we were kind of talking pre-show, just looking through some of my teams. I don't have like a lot of teams with him that are in good position. So, maybe if he misses, it won't be the worst thing. 6-6 will go down significantly, if he misses. And then if Bobby Mack misses, you're talking combined 40% ownership across the board, just absolutely gone right there. So those are the two main things. Ricky Fowler is right there with 2 to go. Who else? Oh, Brooks, doubled the last to just sneak in at 3. He hit one out of bounds. Those are the main names.
I know he's not owned, but just say like everyone's sweating these guys getting through. Xander.
Cam Smith needs what? He needs a birdie. And then where's Xander at? Xander needs to stay clean on 18. So those are the big ones.
And quick update, Ricky, second shot, didn't go far. He's got still 7 feet left. Needs to make that on 17. So we'll have to see what it looks like here. We'll be going back and forth throughout. We'll get to everything. Just an update, too. I know Sand didn't look quite. This would be the biggest comeback ever on Data Golf Cut Sweats if, from as far as the live predictive model goes, if it goes away from 99.9% plus 3. I've seen it come back, though, from the 99 range, so or 90 to 99 range. So I don't know what you would see here.
I just don't think there's enough guys out there to get it there.
Yeah, Ricky makes that 7-footer. By the way, so he just got that one to go down. Bobby Mack makes par on 17, so he had put it to about 16 feet, put it up close. He makes that par, so both those guys are still sitting right there. I'm trying to see an update here on Scotty. I don't know if anybody has it, but Hoopster, you also got to take this one. Antonio knows. What's up, guys? Great major. Hoop, talk your shit, bro. 67 for Fox. People think golf is only one round. Yeah, thank you, Antonio. Yeah. We could save that one and put that in a lot of places. Everyone, Fox was dead yesterday. No chance he's coming back. Him and JT. Well, JT still very dead, but Fox, not so much. Grinded it out, made his way through. Talk about Ryan Fox's round today, Hoop.
Yeah, we kind of touched on it a little bit yesterday. People were hitting me. Oh yeah, you recommend Fox every week, and he finally heard us. Blah blah blah. I've been riding him the whole way, and he's made me a lot of money. We talked about it yesterday. Those guys that had those really bad rounds. Not that, because we knew the cut was going to be +3, +4, and he gets hot down the stretch and makes the cut. And he's moving up the leaderboard this weekend. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt in my mind that he's going to move his butt up that board too, and just continue on with these top 30, top 20 stretches. Price tag for tomorrow. Let's see. Quick check. 7,400. So I think that is the basically the same price he had on the classic slate as well. So Fox got the job done. One of Hoop's boys, obviously. I mean, I continue to recommend him, continue to play him. The guy's good. He had a bad round. He bounced back for us. So we will take the victory lap on Ryan Fox. And then another victory lap I'm gonna take as well is the Hoop Tambo combo core for today's slate. Played in all the high stakes stuff. Just took all our guys, and then I had like $6,500 left. And I just played Mr. What's his name? Southgate, right?
Maybe that eagle on the last was definitely helpful.
Yeah, played Southgate, and I got the eagle at 18, and it's gonna do very well in all these high stakes contests that I entered. So be looking to run it back here for round 3, and all that content is obviously over at SHIPIT, Nation, .com. So get on over there, check it out. We'll have a full player pool for tomorrow morning slate, along with our core plays. Like I just said, the combo core, I put it all together. Got the job done for me today, so I'm going to run it back tomorrow as well.
And the one guy that let us down, by the way, speaking of core report, was Corey Connors. That guy could have done a whole lot more, and it would have been a lot better. All right, let's see. The Scheffler update is in.
He got it to 1 foot.
Put it to 1 feet.
Yeah.
Where's the Discord? Broken now. Everyone said he was done. What did I tell you? 1 foot.
Yeah. Yep.
1 foot. There you go. Scotty finds a way to get through. Scotty's in. Now we go watch Bobby Mack as we go through it. Any other items you wanted to talk about or hit on, Hoop, before we continue to watch this cut line and ride through the show going through the sides here?
I think the one thing we got to cover is weather for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I know there's a lot of talk about it, but it doesn't look to me. I mean, obviously there's different spots to check all this stuff out, but to me, it's not looking as bad as we had kind of thought it could potentially get on Saturday. 10-mile-an-hour, wind, and then maybe up a little bit in the afternoon, and then a chance of rain kind of all day. But I don't think it's any rain that's going to be significant enough to slow down the play or anything. So for me tomorrow, I don't know. I'm not letting it really factor into how I build my teams. I'm going to go with the guys probably in the morning with a slight advantage and fade some of those guys going in the afternoon. Look how tough it just got today. It could be similar tomorrow. So nothing significant for me in terms of weather. What about you?
Yeah, I'll check it out in a second. They said Bryson, I guess, bogeyed the last hole, so he's now back on the line as well. I know some people with some Bryson lineups out there, so got to watch him. And then Bobby Mack, I think, is about to tee off, or maybe he's teed off already. Just checking it. These are the ones I'm really watching. Ricky, Bobby Mack, Xander. I don't know what's going on with him. It said that he's in the semi-rough off 18. I'm not sure. Did he go internal OB? Like, I don't think he did, but I'm just saying from what they're showing here, how long he's been in that spot. That's just what I'm wondering. So we'll have to see as we go throughout. Pulling up the weather, looking at it again today. Obviously, I didn't pull it yet, but I was just seeing if the hole-by-hole stats were out or if we have anything yet. It was actually fairly even today, almost identical, really. So far, again, there's a few holes left to go, but it was much different than what was fully expected. Some of these guys in the afternoon still found their way through. So moving on to tomorrow, it's what you said, Hoop. I see, always a little bit better in the mornings, it seems, but just in general across the board, 8 to 15 miles an hour. The winds have actually now moved to more to the afternoon, 1 o'clock and beyond. You get that 14.
It fits our style, man. I mean, I'm kind of happy to see that because it just fits our style of play going into round threes.
Yeah, I like that. I also think there's, the other side of that you have to take into consideration is what does the board look like? And that's obviously, a lot of people are following this. The board, not too much pressure up there for old Brian Harmon right now. You've got, Fleetwood is there, so he's there, but, Straka, Day, Minwoo, these are talented guys, but it's not like what you would expect. We don't have Rahm, Scotty, some of these top names breathing down his neck. Spieth is up there, guys. I still think it's wide open in the sense that, I think right now Data Golf has him at 50% to win for Harmon. And, give me the old coin flip. People like to make fun of it, but that's the coin flip right there is whatever he does is going to decide it, right? If Harmon goes out and shoots 3 under tomorrow, then probably over, because even if other guys catch up to him and all that, it's just going to be so hard. They have to do even better than that and all that. And then Sunday, anything could happen. I don't want to really call it over, but I'm saying more so if he comes back to the field tomorrow, there's a bunch of guys in this mix. Then you still have guys like Rory, Homa, Stenson's in the mix, had a great day today. Spieth, Grillo, all those guys up there and the ones I mentioned previously. So there's definitely action out there, all depending on what Harmon does tomorrow. We'll talk about him when we get there within the tiers. I'm still ferociously going through and trying to see what's going on here. The chat can keep us updated as we go throughout, but I'm not getting anything still on Xander. So let me see this here. Someone just said something about Patty Harrington too. What did he end up finishing?
He made it at the end, so he's 3 over.
Patty the baddie, man, gets the job done again. Well, I thought he needed one down the stretch. He did. He got it on 16, goes par out, and gets in and makes the cut. This guy, man, unbelievable. Nobody gives this guy credit because he's old, but, man, still got the job done again, makes another cut. Again, need more than a made cut here, but still interesting to see. And here goes Xander on his second shot. So I'll keep that one up. All right, Hoop, let's dive in. I don't have, we won't know yet, obviously doing this early, what the tee times will exactly be or how it's going to play out, if they're going to do anything with them. I haven't seen anything yet come out on that, so we'll have to keep an eye on that throughout the night. We'll have it noted in our player pool over at SHIPITNation.com. We'll have the core reports up with my 3 favorite plays, Hoop's 3 favorite plays, and then we'll be in the Discord all night like yesterday going through it all, trying to break it all down. But Anything else on that you wanted to mention, Hoop? Because just looking at it now, don't see anything else here that we're going to have on that angle. And then, by the way, Xander missed the green, put it to about 50 feet to the right. So he must be, I think it's like the opposite side of where Straka came in from yesterday and made that chip up in. It looks like he's got to go up through the opposite side through those 2 pot bunkers, but still not a bad shot for him. Anything else you want to mention here, Hoop? If not, we can dive into these tiers. We got the $12,300 price tag back for Scotty Scheffler, who just snuck in to make the cut, so it's relevant now, but they did not bring us slower than 6K again. So it is just Scotty at 12.3, and then, you decide what you want to do with that. And then down, let's go to Victor Hovland. Let's include, I don't know, Fleetman, all these guys. Let's just include them all. Let's go Hatton up, because it's something to talk about, and a lot of these guys are through.
Yeah, so, at the top with Scotty, 12.3, he's going to fall into that tee time window most likely, where he's going to go off early and has a chance to move up the leaderboard, and he probably does it. Today was a bad round for him, one of the worst rounds he's had in a while. But at 12.3 and him not doing all that great today, I really think that people don't go away from him, but we have a chance to get Scotty at a little lower ownership than we've seen recently. So fine going back to him. Rory as well at 11.7. Now he's not going to be as late on the tee time. He's 13th place, I believe, T13.
Hold
T11.
up 1 second. Hold up. Cam Smith, it says just put it to a foot from an albatross on the last hole.
So
his
he's
second
an
shot. Wow. Keep going. Sorry, that's incredible. So he's going to make the cut. So I mentioned it because he's in the conversation. After Rahm is Cam Smith. So go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to play Rahm. Pretty solid today in these tough conditions. Cam Smith, I will probably fade regardless of just not playing him this week. I don't really care. Brooks is interesting, though. I haven't played him at all through on the Classic or the main for round 2, but I will probably go to him tomorrow. He's going to have an early tee time. Right on that cut line, obviously at +3. So I actually prefer him over Hovland. Hovland got the job done for us today in Showdown just because all the birdies. It was him and Homa, just birdie, bogey, birdie, double bogey, and that's fine for Showdown. Like, you're totally good with that sort of format. Even the same thing, there's another guy who kind of did the same thing today. That's good for Showdown as long as the birdies are going in. But 10K range, Scotty, Rahm, Rory, Brooks are the guys I'm going to be going with. So it will be probably more stars and scrubs coming down to like the 9,500. I'm going to stay on Hatton. What did he get, a 9 on the last hole? He was cruising and then hit 2 out of bounds. Yeah, you and I were talking earlier as it was going on. It was wild. But, again, that improves his tee time for tomorrow. And I'm going to stay on him at the 9.5. Continue to fade Spieth. He's kind of, started out hot today. Then he's fallen back. Where is he? Yeah, so he finished even. So the back 9 was very tough for him. He's going to be going off late. I'll pass there. But even guys like Cantlay, Schauffele, I like over Fleetwood. So I'm really going to be looking to probably fade those guys that are at the front. Their tee times, the weather, it's not going to be drastically worse, but the course is playing more difficult in the afternoon, and then there's a chance for a little bit more wind. So I'll be off of Fleetwood, but I'm going to play a lot of these guys up here. I think there's a lot of upside tomorrow. Hatton, Cantlay, Schauffele, Brooks, Scotty, and Rahm, and then some Rory as well, just because he's playing very solid. So a lot of these guys I'm going to be on tomorrow.
Yeah, what's Rahm's price here too? I just had it up and now it's gone away on me. It's 10.8.
10.8. Yes, 10.8.
All right. And so updates here before I go through. We're on similar guys. I'm just going to go through it anyway. But, man, Ricky OB on 18. He's +3. So Ricky's OB. And now it just showed the Bobby Mack one. I'm not sure how this is going to play out. It says 319 to the other fairway. So I don't remember how this one plays on that side of things because the other side is obviously internal OB, but I think you could still play it from there, right? So
isn't there a fence over there, right?
So yeah, that's what I'm waiting to see. The update. This is going to be that'll
be interesting. But actually, it's not a bad angle if he can play it from there and he does have a good lie. Just kind of pulling this up. It's kind of the angle you want, but he's got to be far out. That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's good. If anyone is watching has an update on that, would be great.
Yeah, let us know on the Bobby update there. Anybody watching, if you're watching it live, I don't have it. I should actually have it on my TV right in front of me. I had the Mayo Cut Sweat show on with him and Tim and Jeff They had Kirshner on. I was just checking that out beforehand. I just wanted to turn it off so we could focus on this show. But man, this is wild on 18. This is one of the best cut sweats I remember all season long.
They're saying that it could be out of bounds for Bobby Mack, which would mean his tournament's over.
Our guy Gary's back too, by the way. Brooks is about to take off. No old man Cantlay holding him back. So that's actually an interesting head-to-head bet tomorrow. Who would you take on that one? Who, Cantlay or Brooks?
I guess Brooks.
That's it.
I guess Brooks.
I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. I'm not sure what the stats are. It says, is Bobby OB, no OB left, he's alive? That's what I'm waiting to see still, right? Like I want to see that. But
it's here, just make or break because it's OB. So it's done for him if he can play.
Well, that's what Ricky's dealing with, but Ricky could still come out okay here, right? Let's see.
But Ricky's he's OB, right?
Well, now this is the other thing. The Ricky shot tracker just updated and now says
it's probably a second shot.
Yeah, we'll see what it does. Now it says he's 242 into the rough. It's not counting it as OB. It did say OB if you were watching it on the shot tracker stuff. So I don't know. We'll have to see what's actually going on here. I think that, again, we'll wait and see what some of the stats look like. But the Hatton point you brought up is pretty interesting for this range, just from the perspective of he's the same as all these guys. They're all coming from a great spot and getting to go out early. It definitely is going to be a heavy stars and scrubs day based off of this hoop. I mean, you just nailed it there with all these guys. But Hatton, I got interest in Cantlay. Hovland, again, going back to the well on. Rahm, now that he's got out of the mix and had himself a pretty good day. And then I do still have love for Ricky up top just because he's actually up there, right? What is he, T11 as of right now, I think is where he sits, it looks like. And 71-70 is not like the two best rounds or anything like that, but just from the perspective of knowing that the board in front of him, again, it's kind of like he usually gets his backdoor thing on Sunday. I just feel like we might get into the mix on Saturday instead because of the fact those guys up top are not scaring Rory McIlroy. It's not a bunch of other guys. Nobody does anyway, probably. I'm just saying in the sense of this is feeling like a good spot where he can find his way into the mix tomorrow. And while he is 9 strokes back from Harmon, he's only 3 strokes back from putting that pressure on Harmon and being able to meet a guy like him in the final round where he can then put a lot of pressure on him. And as you can see, it only takes one hole around here for a 9 or something like that and things to go wrong. So what else is happening here right now as we're looking? Like,
I was just trying to get an update on the
Wyndham Clark is on his 5th shot with 18 feet and he's +1. He's likely to make it, but man, 18 is just absolutely crushing people right now. Let me see.
I actually hope he makes like a double or triple because I want to play him tomorrow. But if he stays at that 2 under number, I'm going to be off him. If he falls back here a little bit, I could potentially be on him, to be honest.
So Xander got it to 10 feet to make birdie. So he's going to be okay. Should be okay. I mean, he's going to make that or make a par. Ricky, the update's still not up for me. Now it shows the same thing, so I'm not seeing that one. Bryson's on the 18th tee, ready to go off. And then Bobby Mack, still no update there. So I'm not sure what we got. But Kevin says he's OB. Others are looking at it. I'm not sure. They said it's not OB for the Bobby stuff, though, so which I thought was to the left. So we should be okay there. It just depends on what it looks like versus Woodland going off that fence today. Anybody else up top you want to talk about hoop? If not, we can jump down to, I guess we'll find out if you can even play this guy tomorrow. But Ricky Fowler, let's go down to Bryson at 8,500. The top and bottom are 2 guys we're actually sweating right now to see if they even make the cut. But there's a few guys in between that we can look at.
Yeah, there's not a ton of actual live guys in this range. You have Fowler potentially in. Like if he finishes at 3 over, gets an early tee time tomorrow, I'm in. Morikawa obviously missed the cut. Just kind of going off DraftKings here, and it's tough because they didn't pull out the guys that missed the cut. Wyndham Clark, if he has a disaster here on 18 and comes down a little bit, I'll play him. But if he's going to be sitting at 2 under tomorrow, I'll probably stay off. Hideki, I'm just not playing Hideki. Fitzpatrick, 8,800, he's +2. I could potentially play him. No Cam Young for me. Has played a little bit better here today. And then Bryson, we don't know if he's in yet. Like if he's in and going off early tomorrow, there is just going to be a ton of guys in this +2, +3 range. There's going to be so many of them, just so many. But if he's one of those guys, if he makes it through here, I would have some interest at 8,500. Didn't play him on the Classic, didn't play him yesterday, but I would get back. So, I mean, there's only like 4 or 5 guys in this range after they get cleared out here on DraftKings. So, my favorites here would definitely be, Fowler if he gets through. And I guess like Fitzpatrick, Bryson. I want the guys that have the early tee times in this range.
Yeah, just a note too. So it looks like Ricky is showing second shot, but it looks like they backed him up. So maybe he got some sort of relief or whatever it might be. I'm not sure exactly what happened with him there. I'm trying to do 10 things at once here to try and be able to watch this, have fun with this show, talk through it and see it. But I should have had this on beforehand. I'm still trying to get it back to the main menu, and then I can try and find the coverage. But just in general, Rory, it says shot 2 unknown. So we'll see what his update is. Going back to Bobby Mack, it still says other fairway. They just said, so Clark made a bogey, I believe.
Okay.
Let me see.
So he's 1 over.
Yeah, Wyndham. So what would he be? No, he'd be 2 over now, wouldn't he?
No, I think he was. Wyndham is. I'm not even seeing him. Oh yeah, so yeah, he's 1 under total. So he's in the clubhouse at 1 under.
Oh, you know what I was looking at? I think I was looking at his round.
He's 2 over today.
Yeah. He's 2 over on the day. That's what it was. So he was fine. I'm sorry about that. I was looking at that. It's why it confused me. Sometimes they got them side by side on here, and I was wondering because everyone else matched up, but he didn't for whatever reason. So let me see now here. So Ricky, it's still messed up. So I can't get anything on Ricky. And then just real quick on Bobby Mack because he's hit his second shot. So he did get to play it. Perfect layup. He's got the can't lay 104-yard third shot in from the middle of the fairway, looking right at the pin. So we'll have to see. That's Bobby Mack.
Oh, nice.
And
Yeah,
he needs to make par or better, and he's on his third shot, looking at it for 104 yards in. Cam Smith, did he ever update here or get his shot? It looks like
the Ricky stuff's just not updating on Stat Tracker.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Did Cam Smith update though? Cam Smith was the other guy we were watching from before, and I'm just trying to see here what happened with him. These guys, like, man, this tracker is sometimes a pain in the ass to follow, but he ended up getting eagle. Yeah, he did tap in that eagle, so that's good. I mean, it was 1 foot, I thought, so I just want to go up and move him to on the board. But yeah, the Ricky stuff, still unknown. We'll wait and see. I'm going to try and move this over. The only 2 guys in that range that I was on with you was going to be Fitzpatrick, and then the other guy was one more if he got in, you said. There was one more guy.
Ricky?
Yeah, Ricky, if he got in. Ricky, if he got in, I was fine to go back to him there. Pull this coverage up as we go along. Let's keep it moving here, though. Let's keep this moving along. I'll update you guys on the Ricky stuff as we come up with it. So just want to see if we've got anything else on that one. But anything else in here? Hideki, I didn't see his stuff yet, but I don't know if they have any. The stats aren't fully up for everybody yet either, by the way. So just to note that. But real quick, I'll just see if there's anybody that we missed on the stats. Oh, that was the other guy. Oh, he starts off the next range. Homa was the other guy I was going to mention. So Homa today, who you played him, going to do very well with him. I had him in my core report over on SHIPITNation.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birdies with a streak. Left one of the par 5s out there and was dialed on approach for the majority of it. Lost over a stroke putting. I don't care what happened around the green. A lot of it was just rough on 1 or 2 holes. So I think he's going to be fine again tomorrow. I like him quite a bit at 8,400. But talk me through this sort of Max Homa. Let's just do the 8K range to finish it out while I do what I got to do here. Max Homa down to 8K. Anybody else that you got that you want to roll with here?
Yeah, Homa, fine going back to him. I'm not going to play a lot of guys that are like 1 under, T10 or better, but Homa is one of them because of the price tag. It's 8,400. He's playing really well. Was on him on the Classic. Was obviously on him today. I'll be going back to him. He's playing well, making a lot of birdies, and that's the key thing for a showdown. You want guys that are making birdies. Adam Scott, I believe he's finished up. I think at Ricky is in trouble, by the way. So his second shot only went 154 yards. He's still in the rough. 220 out now. His third shot went into the bunker.
Oh, okay. I thought I was still on Bobby Mack, and I was like, how did Bobby Mack go in the greenside bunker from 104 yards out?
Yeah.
That's Ricky. So that's Ricky. Now I got to zoom out here and see. Take me off the green. So his second shot went like somehow over to the far left.
Yes.
154 yards to the rough. Now he's in there. Yeah, Ricky's in. He's got to get up and down. He's got the Scotty shot, though, man. He can put this to a foot or two and then be fine, I think. So.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. But Adam Scott, is he done? Showing 3, I believe 3 over. I think he's in. If he's in and good at 3 over, I'm playing him tomorrow. Tom Kim, what's the deal? There's something with his ankle, they're saying? Like he rolled.
Something happened. So I guess he played through like a tear. They told him to go out and do it. They did have, man, like if I can't get this coverage on soon, like just driving me crazy. But Tom Kim played through it the whole day. He said he had it before the round. Man, maybe he should work on that more often. Like it's the best round I've seen on him in a long time since that one Saturday. What was it back, weeks ago now when he crushed the slate on Saturday, but he gained heavily in every category, 4 birdies, still left 2 of the par 5s out there, room for scoring. His approach was the best I've seen in a long time, still made some putts, things like that. So, man, I don't know. That one is tricky, but I don't think as many will play him based on the injury, right? So you have to think of it from that perspective. It is risky, though, of course, going to it.
All right. Looks like McIntyre 21 feet away for birdie, so he should be good.
Even that is ugly, man. From 104 yards out, like, man.
He has 113, so he's wait. No, he's 2 feet. Is that 2 or 21?
No, 21. I just saw
21. Shit.
What channel? What is the network that has the coverage right now? I don't know if
it's USA Network. You might not have that in Canada though. So
I got everything. That's why I'm looking for that because it's
USA Network. They got it all.
Yeah, and then Tom Kim. I guess I'm good with going to Tom Kim. Then 8K. I mean, obviously he's something with his ankle, but he played totally fine today. They said USA is done. It's on Peacock, so you gotta go to Peacock.
Man, anytime I try and do anything,
it's not working. So another small range.
Yeah, I don't see much else there that I've got interested. I liked Homa, who I talked about. Scott, because he's got that, probably like you said, likely early tee time. I'd be okay with it. Not playing Matthew Jordan at 8K. Guy can keep crushing me. It's like Eric Cole or something that he probably will. But for me, I just, not doing it. So I'm fine with that. And then Tom Kim, like I said, I'll see how it shakes out. He is, maybe he's coming down or he took some pain stuff. He'll be good to go again for tomorrow. I don't know, but it doesn't seem like an ideal spot to be playing through. But either way, his stats at least look really good. So I'll be monitoring that more. The way Data Golf's doing it is they're updating the stats after the round is done. So the first wave they've done, and here's Ricky's shot. At least I'm going to get to see it on the shot tracker here while I still mess around trying to find this. But let's see what he does. Take us into this next range, though. Hope you can go 7,900 down to 75. Ricky to 4 feet.
So needs to make it for the weekend.
Yeah, Bryson is done, someone just said. Done his round, or he's out now?
Man, I don't know. You can't trust the chat. Who was it yesterday? So completely.
Rory. Same thing. Bryson's fine. He's to the same spot that Bobby Mack just was, and he needs to make par. So it's similar.
Yeah. Same thing. They said the thing about who was it? Rory yesterday. We were on the show. Oh, he's dead. He ends up like making par or something.
And it updated Ricky's to 2 feet, by the way. So that's another thing to keep an eye on. But we'll keep watching it here. I'm going to Peacock now. Hoop. Let's do this next range here. Let's go Thomas Peters, and let's go down to 7,500 and see what we got.
Yeah, there's not going to be a ton for me in this range, to be honest with you. Corey Connors, I'll keep playing him at 7-8. We saw some really, solid rounds from him last weekend. Today, nothing special, but I mean, even par's pretty good on this course. I'll be going back to him at 78. Our romaine lettuce guy at 7,800 is too much for him. Like I can't do that. Stuart Sink sitting at 1 under. I'm not playing him. I will go back to him and Patrick Reed. I mean, 7,700. They're both 2 over, fair price tags. Like you can make a lot work with those guys, and I think they're just they're both legitimate guys. 7,700 should be teeing off pretty early, so I'm good with them. Going to fade Harmon. I mean, I think you have to. I think you just have to fade a guy like Brian Harmon tomorrow. So off of him, Rosner, if he continues to go backwards, he was up there to like 4 under at one point. I want to see how far he's fallen. If he keeps going back, I'd give it. So actually he made a birdie. So he's sitting at 1 under. So probably off him too. So the guys I'm on in this range are the guys that I think are good. Connors, Patrick Reed, and Sung Jae. Not going to be playing too much else in this, upper 7K range.
Man, just a disaster. Our guy Hermit Money, man, like exactly. Why does watching golf have to be so complicated?
It's crazy to me, man.
Like, absolutely insane. Like it's not even showing up. My Peacock shows up as like a golf pass thing. So just brutal trying to find the coverage around here. I just hate it. And this box has like all the channels in the world. You can watch whatever you want. I'm trying to find now like Sky Sports or something. Like sometimes I can watch it on that instead, like watch what they watch over in Europe. But by now I'm down to like,
I don't get the golf stuff, man. How the hell is it not easier? Like it just literally, it makes no sense. Should be the easiest thing. Like the easiest
I just
thing.
want to watch the live coverage, man. Like, holy shit, this is nuts. So Saturday's final pairing at the Open will be Brian Harmon and Tommy Fleetwood. I don't think they brought anything else. But man, yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to watch this right now. This is insane, but we'll keep watching.
It's almost done.
Yeah. All right, Peters, did you talk about him? He was the only other guy I was going to ask you about. I don't mind Min Woo, but he's up the board, so now it's kind of funny. We played Connors today, and Min Woo got us at that same price. We didn't play him together. Ricky makes the par, by the way, so that one's in. Okay. Bobby Mack is in, like they said.
So who are we on now? We're on Bryson, right? Bryson watch?
Now we're going to watch Bryson. He put his second shot even closer than Bobby Mack. He's got 69 yards in, so he can still make a birdie here for wherever the guy was done. Sky Sports golf. Okay, let me find Sky Sports.
You got her?
I don't know.
I think Bryson's literally like the only guy like left that has a chance to. There's nothing else around it, so yeah, we're basically down to Bryson.
Yeah, and
pull it up.
Is the Sky Sports.
Yeah, with Peters though, I don't know. I don't like that price tag, man. 7,900 for Peters. Like I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, again, it's all what's in the range. And like I said, the other thing too is that if we're going to play these guys down the board to make our stars and scrubs work, maybe you don't have to go there. You can sort of skip over it a little bit too.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I don't even see it here, so I'm gonna keep rolling with this show. But all I was saying about the Connors Minwoo thing was now Minwoo's up the board. He beat Connors today. They both stayed at the exact same price, 7,800. So maybe tomorrow it just flips and we can just stay on Connors, go right back to him and have him find his way up the board. So I like that. You can do the same with Sungjae, right? Like you mentioned, I think, but Sungjae is a guy you like today.
Yeah.
And he finished in there. I think you go back to the well on him. Reed, man, just not a lot of guys in here that I like, though. So just going down off Harmon with you. He's the leader. Hope that he comes back to the field. If he pulls away, so be it. Bobby Mack. Now what happens? What do you think happens with Bobby Mack? He's worry-free and finds his way up the board? Or it's like relief that he made it, and now we've seen this where guys that are 20% owned, 25% owned, they make the cut, everyone's annoyed by it, but then they just fall back completely. So any thoughts on him, and then you can take us into this lower 7K range?
Yeah, I'm playing these guys. I mean, I'm going to play a lot of guys at 3 over, and even on my main team, it's going to kind of be what I'm targeting going into tomorrow. And there's a lot of them there, and in this range, there happen to be two of my favorite, McIntyre and Fox. If deciding between the two, it's going to be McIntyre over Fox, just because Fox had his round today. He went 4 under in tough conditions. It was 4 under today, right? Yeah, 4 under in tough conditions. I still like him, but I prefer Mac if deciding between the two. Louis, go with him at 7,300. Our guy Jordan Smith, he's 1 over. This is the range. I like this range a lot more than the upper sevens. Gary Woodland, 7,200. I think he's a great option. Benny on 7,200. Definitely going to be on him tomorrow. Maroc 7,100, even a little Abe Answer. I mean, Answer's at 72. I mean, there's just a lot of guys here that I have interest in. My guy I've been playing all week, or last week, this week, yesterday, Marcel Siam, however you pronounce his name, 7K flat. He's 1 over. Harrington, though, like I don't view Padraig Harrington as like a guy I want to be on for Showdown. Like to grind through the entire week starting on Thursday, yeah, I like him in that form. I just don't see him having enough upside to be on the winner. So I won't be playing him at 7K flat, but a lot of guys here that I'm going to be on like this, like the lower sevens way more than the upper sevens.
All right. So Sky Sports Golf 50 FPS live, the Open Championship. It took me that long to find
it. To finally
on a TV with unlimited channels. Had to go through almost all of them to be able to get to this and find it. So
33 minutes later.
We're in. We did it, baby. It literally took like 13 minutes, so we'll say. But either way, Jordan Bibby can't see Harmon pulling away. Yeah, I think that's kind of the interesting thing. These guys, I know this is a joke. Like, who is this Yasumari guy? But, that wacky Valimaki, if he sneaks in, maybe. But I don't know. Like, again, I'm just not as high on that. I was trying to look at some of the guys that we do have the stats on so far, and I'm wondering where was Answer's price. Answer's 7,200. We do have the stats on him, and this is pretty interesting. He Only made 2 birdies today, 2 bogeys, even par, but he gained almost 4 strokes on approach. It was not from one hole. There was 2 pretty good holes, but there was a lot of good holes that he was just dialed on approach. Left 2 of the par 5s out there, and he's 7,200 tomorrow. I don't hate that for someone. He's sitting at +1, so it's not the worst spot to be in. We'll get to some of these other guys later. I'm just trying to see who else is up here that had a good day. Hatton stats, to your point earlier, just going back now that I have some of this stuff. And then one other guy that was right here, and if you wanted to go this instead of my guy, Patty the Batty, Brendan Todd left one of the par 5s out there, made 5 birdies, almost had a streak 2 ways, and gained pretty solid on approach, lost almost a stroke with the putter. So definitely think he's interesting. And then the chat just updated us, Bryson, to 3 feet for birdie. So a far cry from done. He's actually probably in the clubhouse at +2 by the time we're done here. So yeah, Bryson was another guy up top that we mentioned. He is priced at 8,500 for tomorrow. So no problem if you guys want to go there. Just refreshing this. I don't see if there's anything else here, Hoop, that I've got. Anybody else in the 7s? I'm just looking before we get to that 6K range. Fun sweatshow though, like for going through it that way.
Yeah.
Day's way up there. Fox McIntyre is kind of like you said it. I think it's like the Minwoo and Connor situation. Maybe you flip-flop there and you go to the Mac one. You just said that, so I'm okay with it. Jordan Smith was another guy. Who's this? Oh, Bobby Mack now. I was like, I went to the wrong screen. I thought it was Bryson. What was the guy I was just going to look up? Oh, Jordan Smith. 3 strokes gained with the putter today. Man, that's a tough scene. He did leave all of the par 5s out there, though, and still made 3 birdies. So I don't hate that. I'll go back to him. The thing is, Jordan Smith sucks at putting, so he's probably not going to do that again. But then you can flip-flop it the other way and say, is he really going to have that bad a day otherwise? And from there, I think you'd be okay. So balance it out a little bit, maybe get a decent round at him. I got no problem with that. Anyone else here? I'm just trying to see. Oh, Gary Woodland. This was a good one, too. So Gary Woodland, I believe, I was told, I think this is correct. He's made 4 birdies for the tournament, and he makes the cut in the top 50, moving on to the weekend. 4 birdies all takes to make the cut around here, and you're in.
Not good for showdown. That's definitely not good.
Not
We
good
don't
for
want
showdown.
that
That's
for
right.
showdown.
Yeah. And I don't know if we have his stats yet for today. We do. 2 birdies while gaining over 2 strokes putting. So reminder on that just makes me think of a guy that I'm going to double check after, but probably someone I'm not going to be as high on going into tomorrow. So I'll just make note of that. Who else was it down here? I was going to mention Bjork. Did you talk about Bjork? He's the only one I might have missed that if you mentioned him.
No, I think I skipped over him. What's his price?
7,100.
72, right?
Bjork?
Yeah, 72.
Yeah, 72. Sorry.
Yeah, I can definitely play him.
Yeah, 4 birdies, left 2 of the par 5s out there. Yesterday made 5 birdies, left 2 of the par 5s out there. So I think that's kind of the key when you're looking at stuff like this. I would just play Bjork over Woodland, and instead of having a little bit of both, maybe I'll just take the chance and say hopefully Bjork continues to score like he can, even though he's not putting up anything crazy. He still had better stats today across the board, and all of that included as well. So I don't hate going to a guy like him. Nobody else, though, I think that I can think of right now for me in this range. I was never in on Marcel Seam anyway today with the man bun, so I'll be off him again tomorrow. Brendan Todd at 7K flat. Last guy, actually, I did have noted here, and you could take it into the 6K range, was Kurt Kitayama. I don't think he did anything today, but where's he at?
He's 7K flat, 2 over. Yeah, I could get behind that for sure. I like him more than Padraig.
A lot of pars down the stretch today to get through it, but man, wait and see how his stats update. But I will keep him in the mix just in case, and then I'll get another look after on that. Take us into the 6K range, Hoop. We can talk about that.
Yeah, Poston 6,800, 2 over. I've been playing a lot of him. Thomas Dietrich I like quite a bit, 6,800. He's 1 under so far. Andrew Putnam, I believe, birdied the last hole to get in.
Did he?
So I'm fairly certain he was 4 over going in the last hole. You can verify that, but I'm pretty sure he birdied 18 to work his way back in. He's 67,
he did too. Yeah.
Right? Yep. So 6,700, 3 over. Interested in him. Henrik Stenson played really well today. 6,600. I don't mind that. Coming down a little bit more, and we got anything way down here? Oh my gosh, Mayo's boy, Mr. Lawrence, he's 1 under. He's tied for 10th.
Thurston Lawrence, man, yeah.
He's got Mayo has to have some sort of bet on him, right?
I think you bet him outright, actually.
Okay, all right, top 10. He might not win, but he does the each way thing, so I'm sure he's got something riding on him. Richie Ramsey, 6,400, 3 over. I do like him, and I think that is about it. So a lot of guys down here, again, not all in plays. Probably, no one from my core is coming from this range, but I will be mixing them in. To get some of those guys up top. We talked about it. Like it is probably a stars and scrubs type build. Got to include some 6K guys. I'll probably have, looking at 8 to 10 of these guys down here potentially.
Yeah, and our boy Nades just got in the chat, and I was going to say it, but he said, smash the damn like button. Yeah, I didn't even keep track of that. Only 30 likes. And we got a lot watching throughout, back and forth. So I would say definitely do us a favor. I forgot until now. Bryson did just make the birdie, so he gets in at +2. Yeah. I'm going to put this up on the screen and in the chat. If you can do us a favor, so smash the like button on this, subscribe to the Mayo Media Network if you haven't done so already, and then just click the link and go over and subscribe. Get over to our channel at SHIPIT Nation. That's got all our other free shows. Just had a great MMA show today with our boys, with Title and with Marley. We got another good one coming up for baseball tonight with it's going to be Nades and Ham, two guys, Hamwich, and just a great show they put on. And then we had earlier the quick hit with our guy G Ryzen. So if you're playing any MLB DFS, all our shows free over there. Pushing now, Hoop, almost 2,200 subscribers. So 3K will be quicker than we thought. We know we're going to do some more giveaways at 3K. The goal is to get to 5K, and it's lofty, but 5K by NFL is our goal. So we're going to keep running contests. We're going to keep doing things along the way. We have a lot of big things coming down the pipeline still. Hoop and I had a meeting this morning, just going through some of the stuff that we're going to be bringing for the NFL season. Other things coming out, we've got MMA projections and ownership are launching today on the site. We launched PGA this week, so you'll be able to get those. They're now included as well. Nothing changed with the price, and you can still get in for the $59 price. We haven't moved it up to the $69 or the $6.99 yet, so $69 is $6.99 was what we were going to go to. We've left it at the $59 a month, or if you want to pay annually, you can get it as low as $49 a month by doing the $5.99. So check that out. We'll have our player pool up for golf for tonight for round 3. We'll have our core report up. The Discord is just key. You're in there. Everybody's in there. They've been sweating this out. It's packed, loaded with people. You'll see that when you get in there. A great Discord community to be a part of. So lots more contests, giveaways, things like that coming down the pipeline, but definitely something you'll want to check out. Anybody else down here, Hoop, you want to mention? I can echo some of what you've got, but the guys I had were Dietrich, who you mentioned at first glance, Stenson, who had a really good round today, and then going to take another look at Richie Ramsey. The other one was Southgate, who you mentioned earlier, but you got what you needed out of him today, right?
Yeah. I'm good. I got a
lot of him on the main slate too. So
do I want to push it anymore with Southgate? I don't know, but I mean, I could play him, but I think there's other guys in this range that I probably prefer over him a little bit, but definitely got the job done for us today.
Yeah, definitely did. And while we're watching this and rounding it out, Marcel Siem, who we just talked about, is on the 17th hole. He's +1. And he actually just rolled back into a pretty rough spot in one of those pop bunkers there. So him with 2 holes to play, it may be a guy that was excited on day one, may not even make the cut now. So we'll have to see how that shakes out.
Don't say that, because I actually have a lot of him.
So I would prefer that he weathers the storm here and makes the cut.
Tighten up that bun, baby, on the back of your head, and you should be good to go. So anything else that you want to mention at all, Hoop, before we get out of here?
No, we'll have the playbook up some point here in the afternoon or early evening. Looks like you already have some of the preliminary plays in, and then we'll be adding our cores as well, which, as I said in the opening, I played one team today, and I took Tambo's core and I took my core and did a little combo. We have one overlap. Who do we have? We had Corey Connors. We both run Connors, and I had 6,500 left. I put in Matthew Southgate, and it's going to basically 4x in all the high stake stuff. So a few thousand in play. I'm going to return right around 20. It was simply from taking our cores combined and then just adding in that last final piece. So I'm going to run one of those teams again tonight and hopefully get the same results.
Yeah, and I think that's too something people always talk about, just looking at it, but there's definitely opportunities still. Like even those teams still had pretty good shots in other tournaments. Like I think it finished at closer to 200 points, but the idea is like if you have the other stuff in there, like again, you would have, we had Corey Connors do bad. We had him do bad, like mediocre, I guess. They didn't do bad. They just didn't do as good as they could have. So again, it still would have cashed in all the other stuff. It just wouldn't have been as easy as your stuff in high stakes where people are just playing like a simple optimal and praying that it does as well as it needs to, but then they're all on pretty similar lineups and plays. This is a little bit different than that perspective. These are built for tournaments, so putting them together like that, definitely a sharper way to do it. That's going to do it for this one, though, guys, for this week and for the last major of the season. Appreciate you guys sticking with us through all of these shows. We'll be back for the rest of the season. I'm looking at the calendar now. 3M Open is next week. I'll be at the 3M Open. I'll be on the round 2 show with Hoop from home. Then I head out on Friday, so I won't be on the round 3. Hoop will be on it here. The following week, we've got the Wyndham. Then we've got the 3 playoff events. So lots more content still to come on here on our channel at SHIPIT Nation, youtube.com/@SHIPIT Nation. And if you want to join the nation, go on over to SHIPITNation.com. Go to join the nation. Get in. You'll get into the Discord right away, and we'll see you guys there. That's going to do it for this one, though, guys. For Hoop, for myself, ToeTagginTambo, let's ship it!